Donald Trump is sworn in and he is focused, decisive, and already delivering on promises made to the American people. He did something, though, in his inauguration speech yesterday that was unprecedented in American history. This clip that I have of Bill O'Reilly lays out exactly what that was and includes the highlight of what Trump said in this historic inauguration speech at the very end of this clip. What he did has the entire media establishment in panic. They cannot handle this. There is one particular line from Trump that they are having a really hard time with, especially Rachel Maddow and Jen Psaki, as you're about to see in a minute. Here's O'Reilly and Trump first. Check this out.
Here you have President Biden sitting right to the side of President Trump, and Trump just trashes Biden's whole administration. It would be like you right now if I just trashed you, but you didn't have a mic. You couldn't say anything. And a two-shot, and there's you. And that wouldn't be hard for me to do, Morgan. You know that. I could do.
You'd relish
I could riff 20 minutes and just cut your throat. And then you'd be there like this. So to me, that was an extraordinary moment in history. Because most presidents in their inaugural address, they don't go in for the kill. Trump is the exception. He went in and he laid it out. He said, didn't use the word disaster, but every paragraph was, these people screwed up, these people hosed you, these people are weak, these people are corrupt, and these people are 5 feet away. That was an extraordinary bit of American history.
Well, let's take a little look at a bit of that.
For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair. We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people. From this moment on, America's decline is over.
What he did here, no other president has done in an inauguration address. He held Biden and Kamala Harris accountable for this disastrous administration, which turned the government against the American people and contributed to the decline of America. And if you watch this, what you got to see was Biden and Harris in the shot during the speech, just taking this in the entire time. And it's deserved. Jen Psaki complained that this was not an inauguration address, but more like a State of the Union. Trump is focused, he knows the problems we are facing, and he is implementing solutions. He is ready for this moment. Perhaps even God made him for this moment, which leads us to this last clip. Check this out.
What struck me about this address was it was not just politicized. It was very personal. And there were a couple of things that I highlighted for myself. I mean, when he said, I've been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history, and I've learned a lot along the way. I think we would all disagree with that characterization, with this worth discussing. I was saved by God to make America great again. Never again will immense power of the state be weaponized to persecute political opponents, something I know something about. Typically, a president is not discussing themselves, even though they won. The country elected them. They are discussing the country they are about to govern. And that struck me.
It is remarkable that he said in his inaugural address, as part of what appeared to be his prepared remarks, that I was saved by God. Not talking about personal redemption in terms of his religious experience as a private individual, but rather saying that God saved him in order to make him president again. And you heard the whoops of response in the room, which gives a sort of imperative to claim that God sent you. Is something that we don't expect in political life. We expect it in other parts of life, maybe, but it's going to give an unusual imperative to some of the most extreme things that he wants to do if past campaign promises and the like are anything to go by, Chris.
It's funny to hear the people on MSNBC talk about God now, but Donald Trump is up there as one of the most persecuted political figures in American history. Any president that has been successfully or almost assassinated certainly has the right to that claim. But then include the multiple impeachments, the lawfare, the media, etc. And he might be right. Finally, God did spare his life and choose him for this moment. The best and historic line of this speech: God spared my life to make America great again. Amen. Now let's go do it.